Hey, Yankees fans, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day today. If you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I keep you guys up to date throughout the offseason and beyond. So listen, the Yankees have revealed their spring training non-roster invitees, and there are quite a few names on here that I like, and we're going to highlight a little later on in the video. But let's go over who the Yankees have invited to spring training. So start off with the pitchers: Sean Boyle, Colton Brewer, who pitched for the Yankees back in 2023. Carlos Carrasco, we just signed him a few days ago. Chase Hampton, if he's healthy, I expect him to have a big year. Former top 100 prospect for the New York Yankees. Jeff Hartlieb, Christian Hernandez, Eric Leal, Brandon LeBrant, Leonardo Pestana, Eric Reiselman, Wilking Rodriguez, Cam Schlittler, and Kevin Stevens have all been invited to spring training. As I said, Chase Hampton, I expect him to have a big year down there in Scranton. Former top 100 prospect for the Yankees. I believe he's 23 years of age. I think he's going to have a big year. He better have a big year. He struggled with injuries last year. Hopefully he's healthy. And he's a guy to look out for, Chase Hampton, and I'm excited to watch him this spring. As far as the catchers go, Rafael Flores, he had a really nice season last year down there in the minor league. Started out in Hudson Valley last year, played in 57 games, hit 6 home runs, 285 with an 870 OPS, was promoted to Double-A, and that his success from high A to Double-A, it translated. So he hit 15 home runs, 33 RBI, 274 average with that 878 OPS. So total for the season, 21 home runs, 68 RBI, 279 average with the 875 OPS, 31 doubles. They were trying him out over there first base because obviously we have Austin Wells over there. But Rafael Flores, he's another guy who I would look out for this spring. I don't think he would earn a roster spot this year. They probably want to try him at AAA this upcoming season. But Flores is definitely a guy that I would have an eye on. Alex Jackson was acquired this past offseason in the Jose Trevino trade. Alex Jackson along with Fernando Cruz. Omar Martinez, another catcher who's been invited to spring training. Now, the infielders. This bunch, I love this bunch. Roderick Arias, huge fan of him. George Lombard, huge fan of him. Pablo Reyes, TJ Rumfield, good ball player. Dominic Smith and Andrew Velasquez have all been invited to spring training. Now, the outfielders, Brennan Davis, former top 100 prospect with the Cubs. The Yankees just acquired him, obviously, this past offseason. Duke Ellis, Spencer Jones, who we're going to go over, and Ismael Mungia. Don't know if I said his name right. If I didn't, I apologize. But there are a few players that I want to highlight here. Let's start off with the infielders. Roderick Arias, he is a guy. I absolutely adore this kid. Plays shortstop, second base, third base, right? Last year, he had a really slow start to his season. Month of April had a 708 OPS. Month of May regressed, 570 OPS. Picked it up again in June with a 708 OPS, but he struck out a ton through those first 3 months. For example, the month of April, played in 21 games, struck out 36 times. Month of May, played in 25 games, struck out 38 times. Month of June, played in 24 games, struck out 41 times, and his walks weren't that great. Well, he improved. He improved on striking out. In the month of July, struck out 20 times in 23 games. Month of August, struck out 29 times in 25. So his strikeouts cut down considerably, and that translated into much better numbers for the young shortstop. Month of July had an 804 OPS. Month of August had a 785 OPS. And then I want to talk about September. Only played in 6 games, but he had a 1032 OPS. This kid, he displayed power last year for the Yankees. Got a load of extra base hits, 21 doubles, 8 triples, 13 home runs. Drove in 74 runs, 37 stolen bases. The kid had a pretty solid season. He picked it up towards the end there. Really good defender. Have high hopes for him. Obviously a base stealer, drives in a bunch of runs, gets a bunch of extra base hits. I think he's going to be a really good ball player. And another kid who I think is going to be really great, George Lombard Jr. Now, Lombard Jr. didn't have as good of a year as Roderick Arias did. He didn't. He's a better defender, but offensively, he did not have as good of a season. Now, 25 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs. All right, 45 RBI, 672 OPS. That's like 50 points below what Arias did. But Lombard was the one chosen to go up to high A from low A. And he did okay, not great. Is 616 OPS, I believe, down there in high A. Most likely he will start the year in high A. And I'm hoping this spring he has a nice spring, and in high A he has a nice stint down there so he could go through the system. Same with Arias, but George Lombard Jr. had 39 stolen bases. Arias 37, Lombard Jr. 39. These kids can steal bags. They can steal bags, baby. And that's what the Yankees have lacked in recent years. Now, most likely you're not going to have both of them contribute on the Major League roster in the future. You wouldn't think anyway, but I'm hoping that they don't trade either of these guys. They keep both of them, and both of them come up. One plays second, one plays third, or if you want to shift Volpe over to second base, throw the other at shortstop, and you just have a really good defensive infield, but an athletic infield, an athletic team. That would be awesome. But Lombard, though, I need to see more power out of him. I need to see that average jump a bit. But 39 stolen bases, 25 doubles, still a pretty solid season down there in the minor leagues. This year, though, I want to see that jump for Lombard Jr., just like we saw from Arias in the second half of the season last year offensively. But let's talk about Spencer Jones. Now, Spencer Jones last year started off the year slow, but August put up some, I think, in my opinion, a gaudy batting average at least, hit 326 with a 903 OPS. Month of September, played in 14 games, had a 931 OPS. Still struck out a decent amount, so he needs to work on that. Arias, as I said, cut down his strikeouts. Jones kind of stayed pat. Maybe he cut them down a tiny bit, but not all too much. Jones needs to have a big year in AAA. He does. And I think the Yankees moving Dominguez to left field tells you that they just look at Jones as their future center fielder. But he needs to produce. And I'm hoping that he does. And another infielder who I want to talk about, kind of a dark horse, if you will, TJ Rumfield. Now, Rumfield, 24 years old. He'll be 25 this season. And Rumfield last year for AAA hit 15 home runs, 71 RBI, 292 batting average with an 826 OPS. He doesn't strike out either. 114 games, he struck out 78 times. Now, I don't know why the Yankees, I don't know why we haven't seen him. Now, he's not on the 40, right? And maybe this is his last year where he won't be on the 40. I would think next year he would be, because maybe he would be available for the Rule 5. But Rumfield, a good defensive first baseman, by the way. And if he has a big spring, and I know Goldie's over there, but if he has a big spring, this is a guy who might be competing for a roster spot. He might be, and I think that's why he's up. I don't think he's up. If Roderick Arias hits 500 this spring, he's getting sent down no matter what. If TJ Rumfield hits 400, he might get a roster spot. So that's where the Yankees are at with him, I think. And last year, he did have a pretty solid offensive season, 26 doubles as well down there for Scranton. But that 292 average, that 826 OPS, really great stuff. Really love that. And I think Rumfield, if he has a big spring, could be on the Major League roster. But I could be wrong there. But listen, I want to know what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out.